Don't jump the queue. Find out how to stay in your lane in this episode of 5 Minutes Closer. I'm Vaughn Weatherford, and this is 5 Minutes Closer. For the next 5 minutes, let's explore some biblical truths and apply them to your life. No podcast, including this one, can transform your life or give you what you really need. Only Jesus can do that. You can find out why in what I've called the first five episodes of 5 Minutes Closer. Each following episode explores scriptural truths that, if you follow them, will bring you 5 minutes closer to the person God created you to be. Let's see if we can get you 5 minutes closer. My wife and daughters rode the train in England. As they boarded, they heard someone behind them yelling, "Don't jump the queue! Don't jump the queue!" Immediately, they had 3 questions. Was this man yelling at us? Why is he yelling at us? And what is a queue and how did we jump it? They learned that in Great Britain, jumping the queue describes what we in the States call cutting in line. Paul realized the same thing was happening to believers in Galatia. Someone had cut them off or jumped the queue, so to speak. Here's what Paul writes in Galatians chapter 5, verse 7. You were running well. Who hindered you from obeying the truth? What happened in the New Testament day happens today as well. I live in a Midwestern town in the middle of the Bible Belt, and in my city, there are people who proclaim Jesus was once Michael the Archangel in pre-human form, or you're saved through obedience to the requirements and obligations of the church, or we find salvation through release from the cycle of our past lives, or salvation is found through self-fulfillment, or there are countless levels of gods and goddesses located throughout nature. No wonder people are confused. Jesus cuts through all the confusion. Here's what Jesus said in John chapter 14, verse 6. Jesus said to him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Be aware that false teachings are everywhere. How do you avoid them? Keep running the race. My middle school track coach had one rule: finish the race. He told us he didn't mind if we didn't win the gold medal, or even if we made mistakes as long as we learned from them. What he wouldn't tolerate was quitting. He told us, even in last place, finish the race. The Galatian believers were in danger of straying from the race, following false teachings that diverted their focus from the will of Christ. While they were wasting time with teachings that led nowhere, the lost people of Galatia were dying without the Savior. Paul calls for them to finish the race. The 1972 Olympics featured a rematch between runners Jim Ryan and Kip Keino. Keino had won the matchup at the previous Olympics, but Ryan came out of retirement to run one more time at the Olympics in Munich. In a preliminary heat, both runners looked to easily qualify for the finals, but Jim Ryan's feet got tangled with another runner, and he fell to the ground. He lay on the track for a full 8 seconds, realizing that his Olympic career was over. Then he got up. He finished last, far behind the time needed to progress to the finals. But he finished. I've watched hundreds of races since then, but I remember that one not because Jim Ryan won, but because he finished the race. As we seek to live for Christ, we will face opposition. We'll get knocked down. We'll hear false teachings that threaten to take us off track. Keep your focus squarely on Jesus and finish the race. You'll be bumped and jostled along the way. You may even get knocked down. You'll face tremendous challenges to your faith. You will certainly face circumstances that will make living for Christ hard. You'll face challenges from a myriad of false teachings that will only increase as the day of Christ's return approaches. Finish the race. If you face challenges, work through them. If you get knocked down, get back up. If you get off track, get back on it. What we do as believers is too important to quit. The eternity of your friends, family, and neighbors depends on it. They desperately need to hear what you have to say about Jesus. Finish the race, because now you're 5 minutes closer. My prayer is that these 5 minutes have challenged you, inspired you, and caused you to consider applying God's message for your life from His Word. To find out more, visit our website at 5minutescloser.com. Join me next time to see if we can get you 5 minutes closer.